Good morning, everyone. I think we're live. Good morning. Let me just pause this. Make sure my bit rate is good. All right, we're looking all right. How's it going, Marcus? Nice speaking with you this morning. Gary, how's it going? Just need to close a couple things here. All right. So we should be good to start. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. What's going on, Mitch? How's it going? Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about, I just released this video with Lorex 2K. I released it last night. Let's go to my YouTube channel. Where is it? Hopefully you guys could hear me well. Yeah, I figured that was you, Mitch. I think I knew that from last time. Good evening. What's going on, Michael? The Last Dragon, how's it going? Let me bring this up. Pop out the chat. So I released this video on the Lorex 2K QHD doorbell. It's not ranking too well right now, but it's pretty nice camera. I released it last night, but it was late last night, and the YouTube, it tells me which times I should do it at, and it's typically at like 1 p.m. Eastern or something like that. I think I released it at 12 today. It usually tells us, if we go to my analytics, I think it's audience. Yeah, so right here, this is where it tells me when I should release videos. I get pretty impatient. Once I finish something, I want to release it right away, and I need to stop doing that. So I took it back, and then I had to republish it. So if we could see, today's Friday. Oops, you guys can see that. So on the weekdays, it says, 1 p.m., 1 p.m., and then Thursday at 12, Friday at 12, Saturday at 12. It also tells me my live stream times, which I didn't know it did. This was a part of this. So it's saying pretty much 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. would be the best times for me to do these live streams. I've been doing it at 1 p.m. I don't know how much that really matters, because I'm going to start. So now we're going to do a live stream Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern. So this time slot right now. And then I'm going to do them on Sundays at 11 a.m. Just because some people miss it and want to see the live streams. We'll probably end up talking about mostly the exact same stuff we did on the Friday streams, but it gives people a chance to ask questions if they want. Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. We can see how it's calculated. I'm not going to read through all that right now. So there's a few things that you guys need to do. Whoops, I don't want to go to downloads. If you have a UNVR, go and update it right now. So Unifi Protect NVR firmware 1.339. I think that was released this morning, 8 hours ago, and it fixes the CVE, the sudo CVE or sudo CVE 2021-3156. So that's good to do that. Recommended to create a backup, which I didn't do, but I already fixed the bug manually using, I think it was Hostify. They had a video out about it. So I already fixed that. And really there's nothing else to this update. It's just to fix that CVE. So that's good to do. What else did they have? I thought okay, so they came out with a UAP firmware version. John C, good morning. JSS G Tech, yes I did, and we're gonna talk about that shortly. So this new UAP firmware, this release is only for devices seen in the download links. Okay, so we'll look at that. Add support for adoption of smart Unifi Smart Power Strip, which we don't have anyway. It's in early access, and then improve DHCP compatibility, especially when using non-third-party DHCP servers. I know they were having some issues with DHCP on access points. And these are all I don't think I had that update in my controller. UAP Pro, are these just UAPs? So UAP AC Lite. Okay, so maybe I'm already up to that. I'm gonna open my controller. So this was just released 2 days ago, and I don't think I updated anything. Just give me a sec here. 6, 8. Okay. Let me pop. Where did the chat go? All right. So let's take a look. One of my access points is down right now, which is fine. And see, I don't have any firmware updates unless I did update it to the latest version. But I'm still on 4.3.2.4. Where the heck was that? And this is 4.3.2.8. So I'm not too sure why that's not pushing out to me, but I'll have to look into that after. As for the Unifi 6, the Unifi 6 LR, so I had a viewer tell me that they released it and it was sold out. So I went and I checked the Canadian store, and if we look, it was sold out. And then later in the evening, they messaged me back and they said, oh, it's back in stock. And I was luckily able to grab one. So we're going to see, hopefully it ships shortly, and then I can do a review on that. Let's see. So what's your thoughts on putting 2 8TB Iron Wolf Pro drives in one 12TB surveillance drive? I would keep them all the same, to be honest with you. I would just put the 2 8TB in. Any word on the US getting the new APAC LR? They're taking pre-orders now. Well, I mean, it's kind of weird that Canada has them here, right? That it's saying sold out. I thought that the States already, some people are already getting them, right? I don't know why it's saying pre-order though. Because I believe some people are already getting them. I could be mistaken. I'm not too sure. But it does look like a pretty wicked access point. Let's take a look. So up to 3 gigabits on the 5 gigahertz channel, 4x4 multi-user MIMO. 2.4 gigahertz with a 4x4 MIMO radios that's the 2.4. Let's just see. IP54 rating, which let's see what the IP54 rating actually is. Rating waterproof. Okay, so it's waterproof. I don't know if this specifies if it's outdoor or not though. What was that again? 54? Ingest of dust is not entirely prevented, but it must not enter in sufficient quality to interfere with the size. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm not going to have that outside anyway. I'm going to have it, I'll probably have it in my house somewhere. I have the UAP AC or the Unifi 6 Lite, and it's sitting in this office right now. I have the US LREA. It's probably, I'm assuming it's the exact same thing as the Unifi 6 LR. Yeah, I don't know why it's showing pre-order. I do know some people have gotten it already though. A couple of people in my Discord have shown me that theirs has been shipping. So who knows what that's all about. I'm hoping that my email comes in, unless it already has. So just got a couple emails. No, it didn't. So I'm hoping that it says it's shipping shortly. I know people who have gotten it and have been able to purchase it. It's been taking a couple weeks before it says it's even shipping, which is a bit of an issue because I want to get my hands on it. The Unifi 6 Lite is great. I mean, I've had no issues with it so far. What else did I order? Which I should really stop spending money on gear, but okay, so yeah, we're probably gonna have this. I don't know if I'm gonna do this one in my office, the LR in my office I'll do it somewhat the same as my last video, but we're gonna do the iPerf test all through my phone because the iPerf, or my phone has Wi-Fi 6 built into it. And the Wi-Fi 6 on my computer, the adapter doesn't work too well. The next thing I purchased, Lewis, good morning, how's it going? Was the Unifi Protect G4 dome camera. I don't know why I bought this. I don't need any more cameras for my house, but it just came out in Canada. I saw it. And at this point, the long range was sold out, so I just purchased it. I have no idea where I'm going to put this. I may put it at my front door. I have a G3 Flex there right now, so I might replace it with this dome and do a video on it. So it's compact, 4 megapixel, IK08 vandal proof with a weatherproofing of IPX4, with integrated, LRs for crystal clear day and night. What's going on, Scully? So that's pretty cool. So it has the 4 megapixels with 24 frames per second, but we must be able to bump that up with the HDR, I think they call it, within Unifi NVR. What else? Built-in microphone and speaker, which I won't really use. Powered by PoE, and it's managed by the software. So yeah, I've never used one of their dome cameras. I've seen them deployed, and I've serviced a couple of them, and they look pretty good. So I'm excited to try that one out. Cold? Yeah, I know it's a little cold, Bruce. I heard some regions where we live is going to get about 50 centimeters of snow. We'll see. Have you used the device isolation option in the network options? How does it affect IoT? I haven't used it, so I'm not 100% sure, but I could try it out. I think what it does, it just isolates that one device to itself, and it could reach the internet, and it doesn't allow it to talk to anything else in the subnet. I'm not 100% sure if I'm right on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Loved your Unifi Network 2021 video. Yeah, I mean, that video took me a lot of work. It was about 13 or 14 hours to get it done. I wasn't super happy with my editing because at the beginning I had to cut a lot of pieces and it seemed a little choppy. I definitely do it different next time. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video that long again. I think I'm going to just cut it up in pieces because that took me forever. I was having issues with setting up IoT VLAN, and you're really laid it out. Yeah, I mean, the IoT networks, it's just another network, but there's a couple other toggle switches that you need to put on for most IoT devices to work properly. Yeah, so this camera, I can't wait to get it. I'm hoping this is here by Monday. I'm not sure when I will get to it. Whoops. The weather network. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it. We got to check this out because we'll see what the weather's like. If it's a warm day, then I may hook it up. And yeah, it's not looking too warm the next 7 days. -7 isn't that bad, but yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't mind it being like in the plus degrees. The firewall rules rock. Thank you very much. I mean, there's more advanced stuff you could do. Everybody's network is going to be different, right? So you need to kind of set those rules to what you have and then go from there. Because some people need other applications blocked and then other people need some accept rules put in there. Getting lots of snow, we are. And you know what? I need to... where's my cameras? Where are my cameras? So how my cameras are, the G4, this is the G4 Pro right here. It is screwed into the soffit, but then on top of it, there's block that's holding it. But it's so, I guess it's pretty windy out today, and this one keeps shaking. So I need to figure out how to secure it a little better. I think in the springtime, I might drill through my brick at the garage and attach it directly to the brick. See, you could, well, I don't know if you could see it that much, but it's shaking a little bit right now. Right on, I experimented, let me just see. I experimented with it yesterday. I was able to ping other devices in the same VLAN, but not in a different VLAN. They also were blocked from the gateway. You know what, I'll have to try it out. Well, you guys, I don't know how well you could see this. But right here, this is my Test UDM Pro. I just got that in a couple days ago, which has the beta firmware. It's the newest firmware for the UDM Pro. So maybe I'll give the device isolation a shot. Typically what I do when I want to block out, VLANs, I just block the RFC 19 groups from talking to each other and it works well. David the Tech, hello. Did you test the MikroTik router board and how was it? I have not. It's in my closet right now, sitting in a box still, and I haven't even powered it up. I haven't really, not that I haven't had time. I don't know if some of you guys know this, some of you don't. I had a day job as well as this. This was, you know, I was trying to build the business to be able to take over. I got let go of laid off of my day job, which was compute engineering. So now, yeah, I got lots of time to do that type stuff, and you guys will probably end up seeing more videos. So yeah, the router board will most likely be next week. Getting mine soon for my Wisp business. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I heard it's a lot harder to like set up VLANs and stuff like that. There's port forwarding in the UDM. Yes, there is. Let me see if I could bring that up. Where the heck is it? I just want to make sure that I'm not exposing anything. What the heck is this? Port forwarding rule. I have no idea what this port forwarding rule is. Okay, so here's port forwarding right there. I use the classic version. I don't use the beta a lot of the times. The beta is easier to find stuff like content filtering in there, but it's under routing and firewall and port forwarding. Looking to fit 4 G3 Flex cameras and trying to decide which type of Cat 6 to use. I'm not sure if it should be shielded. I wouldn't put it shielded unless you have a lot of like EMP or whatever they electronic magnet, whatever you call it. I can't speak today, but unless you're working like an industrial zone, you don't need shielded. I would just put standard Cat 6. Dr. Carpy, how's it going? Is it 2K res? I don't know. I haven't even looked at the specs, because typically what I do like the, in the videos, I'll do the specs through there, and that's usually when I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's 4 megapixel. 4 megapixel day or night infrared. What else does it have here? Dimension, the weight, it tells you, oh, I didn't know it told you what it was made of. Polycarbonate steel. 5 megapixel CMOS sensor. Fixed focal lens. I wonder what we could bump that up to though, because most cameras you could bump, the G4 cameras. Where did my cameras go? Oh, I got locked out of my UNBR. I think the G4 Pro camera, you could bump up to 50 frames per second, which is awesome. Yeah, MikroTik is on another level. Yeah, I'm gonna see how I like it. I have the router board, and then I have their 10 gig switch. I need to buy, what do I need to buy? I need to buy a couple copper SFPs. I have no idea when the Unifi talk will be out of beta. They don't tell us that stuff. It would be nice if it was out of beta soon, because I want to play with it. I think they have some of the phones showing on the front here. I thought they did anyway. If we go Unifi and then phone system. So they have all this stuff showing, but yeah, everything's in early access. But that's pretty nice. 129 bucks. I don't know what that, how much is that here? US to Canada. Currency exchange rate. So 129 US is 164 bucks for that phone, which isn't that bad. I would definitely pay for that. And same with this one. That's a nice looking phone. Cajoling Tech, how's it going? If you guys haven't followed him, I would go or subscribe to him. Check out his channel. It's really good. And I'm doing well, thanks. I would get Plenum Cat 6A if it was if you're going outside through an attic space. Plenum usually isn't. Yeah, I don't know. Plenum's more expensive. You're paying almost double, right? If it's just for a house, unless you have like a Plenum ceiling, you may not need it. I only put Cat 6 in schools or hospitals. I only have Cat 5e running through my house right now, which I do need to probably upgrade to Cat 6A or Cat 7. But really, I'm not going to be living in this house too long, maybe another year or two. And then we plan on moving to a bigger house. So we'll see if I even ever end up upgrading the cabling to it. What else was I going to talk about today? So I got the camera. The UDMP, the new firmware that's coming out, looks pretty promising. I'm excited about that. I need to set up my lab a little better. Right now I just have it plugged into the internet, and then I have this switch that's going to connect to it, but I think I need to get a couple other switches to really build out the lab. Move to the US. I don't know. I was thinking about buying a condo in Florida, maybe eventually. I have used Cat 6 and Cat 5e for 4x4 Flex G3 cameras, no problem. Well, yeah, cameras are they're not super high bandwidth. You could use Cat 5e for sure. All my cameras that's what they're running on. And you know what? Let me log back into my camera system. 40. This password is super long. And for some reason, it doesn't like to save in my LastPass. Ah, crud. Just give me a sec. 327. All right. And even at the Cat 5e, the cameras are still running at 1 gig. Right? So you have your, this is my G4 Pro running at 1 gig, G4 Bullet, and then these are just running 100 megs each. Sorry, just tuned in. Is Unifi Talk? No, Unifi Talk's not released. People were just asking if I know when it's going to be released, and I have no clue. I have the same insight that you guys have. They don't tell us anything. Well, it was a LastPass generated password, and then for some reason LastPass won't take it. I got to kind of figure it out. I haven't looked into it too much. Do you know if there's an issue with the DMP and inter-VLAN 10 gigabit routing? I have a 10 gigabit switch in cards, but only 10 gigabit on VLAN 0. I move those devices to VLAN 20 and get one. Well, you wouldn't be getting 10 gigabit through that anyway, right? I think the UDM Pro, it couldn't handle that. I forget what the specs are on it. Let's take a look. I think it maxes at like 3.5. Or maybe that's just with IDS turned on. So it's got that. Unfortunately, I don't have another 10 gig device to do an iPerf test with, which really sucks right now, but I don't want to throw out the money to... Does it not have specs here? There we go. Operating temperature. Yes. Oh, that's IDS, IPS throughput. So yeah, you might want to turn off your IDS and test it, because if you have that turned on, it bottlenecks it to 3.5 gigs. But you're still getting pretty low, right? Like 1.2, 1.5. With their new update, they're supposed to be updating a couple of things that will hopefully improve that as well. Also, what did I get? What did I get? I got another G4 Bullet camera, which I haven't opened yet, and I'm not too sure how I'm going to get this mounted onto the back of my house. So my initial thought, where the heck is, I think I went through this last time. Where's that Reolink camera? So my initial thought was to drill through the mortar, kind of like do a couple drills, try to fish the brick. But I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. I still may try it. The other option is cutting a hole inside my house, fishing it down, and then I'll have to cut, we'll probably have some studs, and then I'll have to cut some more holes drilling through that to get into my basement. The problem is this is onto the back of my kitchen, and there is a ton of stuff in the way. But I really want to get a camera back here. I'm going to take, or this Reolink is down now. So it would be nice to have a camera in my backyard. 8.5 with iPerf. That's strange. Yeah, I haven't done extensive testing with that because I don't have that secondary 10 gig card. How do you like the USW Pro 24 PoE? I currently have the USW in upgrading. I love it. I think it's great. What would be the main differences? So you have 10 gigabit uplinks. Let's see. You have the 10 gigabit uplinks. So you have the USW PoE, not that one. Yeah, I think these only have single gigabit uplinks, right? 2 SFPs. Let me think. 2 SFP. Yeah, so they only have the 1 gigabit SFPs, or the 2 sides. So you're getting 2 10 gigabit SFPs and you're getting layer 3 routing. Controlling Tech, thank you very much. Pass the hat for your next 10 gigabit device. Yeah, exactly. I will save all the tips for that. I honestly don't know what I would buy. The only reason I want another 10 gig device is to do iPerf speed tests, or iPerf tests with. That's it. But thank you for the $2.99. That's like $100 Canadian with our exchange rate. Yeah, so that's one of the main things, right? You have the layer 3 switching and your uplinks are faster. What is the wattage of this? The wattage might be different as well. Product specifications. Supported voltage. Okay, that maximum power consumption, 25 watts. I don't think that's right, is it? And the other major difference is the price point. You're paying about, double for the Pro series of switch. In the layer 3 switching, I haven't really messed around with. I think I have one network. Let's see. So I have one network with layer 3 routing right now, or the layer 3 switching. You can see inner VLAN routing. It creates this VLAN by default to do the inner VLAN routing, which I don't even know which one it was, to be honest with you. Oh, right here, it tells you. So Mac Telecom Access, which is my, access control system. This is using the switch to be the DHCP server and doing all the routing between. And 802, yeah, BT on the Pro, that's right. So the last ports are the PoE++, which works great. I have this connecting up to here. I turned this off. I forget why I turned this off. When I was doing the G3 Instant video, I unplugged this for some reason. Anyway, this was when I was doing the video, this was feeding the power to my G3 Flex. So you had to power this up with the PoE++, and then this has a PoE out port, and that was plugged in. Gary, thank you very much for the $5. Appreciate it. Synology 10 GB. Well, I just bought a new Synology. One sec. And it's this 4-bay, whatever, the DS418. I should have waited. So it has 2 1 gigabit NICs on the back of it. I thought you could upgrade the RAM in it, but you can't. That's only, I guess, the Plus model. So I haven't really used it. I'm not sure what to do with it. I filled it with, I think it's 4 terabyte Iron Wolf drives or something like that. Yeah, so a Synology would be, a 10 gig Synology would be the best. I want the UDM Pro, but worry when I buy, they'll refresh it out with one of the PoE ports. See, the problem is if you wait, my phone's ringing. Problem is if you wait, you might be waiting a while. That's something that's not even in EA yet. So I wouldn't really worry about it. I would probably just go ahead and buy the UDM Pro. Let's look to see how expensive a 10 Synology NAS 10 GB. I'm gonna have to do thousands of these streams to be able to afford that. I don't know if this, let's take a look. I don't know the model numbers on these that well. So, let's see, does this have 10 gig? I think these have 4 1 gig. But I do know that they have some that you could use like in a expansion slot. They have to update the backplane. Well, I don't think they're going to be able to. Not on this UDM Pro, right? Not on this version. I don't even know what they call their next UDM Pro. UDM Pro Plus, something like that. What type of devices would you use PoE++ ports? There's a few. Where the heck did it go? Nope, that's not it. So like this in-wall HD, the in-wall HD at the back of it, let's actually look at it. So the in-wall HD, you could plug in PoE++, and what this gives you if you use it with PoE++, one of these ports, right here, is PoE out. So then you could power a camera or something else on that. That's what it would be used for. Also, the Unifi Access Hub, you need PoE++. I could build you a NAS. Let me just see here. I could build you a NAS. You've seen, yep. Yeah, probably. I don't even know how much storage I really need. I just want something to test. Suggestion for your backyard cable, take your camera up to the attic and back into the house where you, yeah, so I do have I have a conduit going into my attic. The problem is, and I don't think we have a good pic. No, you guys probably can't see my house. You know what? I don't really care if you guys could see it anyway. Let me just show you guys. It's listed as my business address anyway. How the heck can I see it? All right. Actually, maybe I could just, you know what? I'm just going to do a screenshot. One sec. Ah, crud. That didn't work. All right. Even though this doesn't seem that it's that high up, right here, this soffit is pretty high up in the backyard, and I don't think I would get the quality of the camera that I would want if it was hanging off of the soffit. I would want it kind of like at this level. So right here on this soffit, this is where my G4 Pro hangs right now. And then here we have the G4 Bullet. And then obviously you got a doorbell camera. And then in this corner, I have a G3 Flex, which I'll probably end up putting in the G4 Dome there. And then around here in the middle, I have another G3 Flex. I just think if I put it on the second story, it may be a little high. And I forget what if the G4 Bullets have optical zooms or not. PoE and redistribute PoE hubs. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, I use Instagram. Google Maps. Well, yeah, that's what my, that's the house anyway. We got lots of cameras, so you don't want to rob it. Oh, speaking of cameras, we didn't even talk about the G4 Flex or G3 Instant. Where is it? Or did I talk about it already? I forget. But this little guy is awesome. The only thing that I don't like about it is the, which I don't even really care, is the mic quality. Like the audio on it is pretty bad compared to the G3 Flex. But it's an awesome device for $29 US. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're planning on moving eventually. We wanted a 4-bedroom house. This is 3-bedroom. We were going to build. And then we had a moving nightmare. So we're deciding to stay in this house for a few years before we move. How about using the holes that you drilled for the light on the front of your garage? Well, yeah, probably not. I'm not going to mix I won't mix like the data cables with electrical. I'll just, where the heck is my picture? I'll just end up drilling through, you know, right up here somewhere. I don't mind drilling. The problem with our garage too, it's all drywalled in. So I do have a couple access hatches. And that's what I'll most likely do. I'll drill into the brick. This is an old picture. Obviously you guys can't see the camera, but we have this big sign with our, you know, with our, house number right there, which has backlighting. So I don't want it to mess up the camera if it's too close. My G3 should arrive today. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Got mine yesterday. Love it. Agree with the mic. Mine makes a stuttering sound. Yeah, there's a little, if you guys listen closely in the video, there's a bit of a ticking, and I'm not sure what that was. Maybe it was the camera being too close to power or something. To keep an eye on your dogs in the living room. Well, that's what I was doing for my cat. And I think this is the video here. Yeah, she's not allowed up on this table. And she was running around. I mean, I probably should have one inside. I just don't really like cameras inside. The only place I'll have it is in my network closet. Your camera has a ticking too, okay. You know, well, Marcus, these cameras really aren't that heavy. You could use pretty much anything with it. Even the stuff that comes with it, the pack of anchors and screws. I mean, if you were going to use this camera, I would, you know, you'd want to use hefty duty anchors and stuff like that. If you're going to use the PTZ. And what I was thinking about this, if I was going to get the PTZ, and I don't know if I'm going to or not, I was going to put it right here. But I really think my neighbors might hate me if I do that. They probably already think I'm crazy with the amount of cameras I have, and then always going in and out to change stuff. Yesterday was changing out the doorbells, but I put my my G4 doorbell back in after I was done the video, and they must think I'm just totally insane. But yeah, this looks cool, but I just can't justify spending the money on it. What else did I have today? Yeah, so that G4 bullet, that's cool. We'll put that in. The Unifi 6 LR, I can't wait to get that. I do have a TikTok. I don't know if anybody's on TikTok or wants to follow this TikTok. I think my name is Mac Telecom Networks. Really, it's a bunch of nothingness. A lot of a couple animals. This is my old cat, Dolores. She's living at my mom's now. I still have this camera right here.
I'll show you guys what it looks like.
Oh wait, you guys can hear that, can't you?
I'll show you guys.
I still have this camera right here. That's the Reolink PTZ camera. If it works, maybe I'll give that away if somebody wants that. I don't even know if they still make these cameras. It's an all right camera. I think it has a 5x optical zoom. Zenik, I think that's how I say it. If I say that wrong, sorry about that, but greetings. Let me just see. We have two, one in the living room and the others in the kitchen. So I mean, it works for both entries. Yeah, I mean, that's not, it's totally fine to have in your home. I just don't put it in there. My neighbors thought I was nuts until we theft in our area. That's the truth, right? People don't understand how much security cameras help. We had a drunk driver on our street and almost hit my wife when in the summer, and we were able to get all that footage to the cops because she blew through a stop sign and then banged into like a medium. What do you think is better, the G4 doorbell or the one you tested? I don't know. I love Unifi. I really can't get away from Unifi right now in that way. The Lorex doorbell is awesome though, right? So if you don't want to invest, I'll show you guys on the big screen. If you guys don't want to invest in a full Unifi camera system setup, but you want a video doorbell, the problem with the G4 doorbell, you need to have Protect some way, right? So you either need to have a Cloud Key Gen 2, you need a UNVR, or you need a UDM. With this, all you need is the doorbell. You buy the doorbell, throw an SD card in it, and that's it. And it worked pretty well. Let me just see. Somebody said in the comments, I forget what it was. I'm just going to pull it over so you guys don't see the name. Not that it was a bad comment, but let me just see. It was just something he wishes I would have done in it. And I mean, I probably should have. Let's see. To test how clear a person was. So I didn't do walking into the doorbell, and I should have done that. I don't know how I missed that. But I'll do another follow-up video on the doorbell. So what I'm planning to do is a review, or not a review, a comparison between the Lorex, the G4 doorbell, and a Ring doorbell, and maybe a couple others in a different video. But the thing is, any other content other than Unifi right now doesn't do overly well. So if we see here, like I have 101 views on that video, which isn't that much. And then the G3 Instant, which is, 2,500. This Ultimate, I knew this one would do a bit better, but it's over 10,000 views. I'm still going to bring in other videos into the channel other than Unifi because I have to. I can't just solely focus on Unifi. But this is the main reason why you might not see me do, some smaller vendors. And let's take a look at one more thing. What else did I have? I don't even remember what the title of this stream was. Oh, that's it. We covered it. G3 Instant and the Lorex doorbell. The good thing I like about the Lorex doorbell, let's take a look. Lorex was, if this ever loads. All right, well, I don't know if this is going to load. I don't think it is. The good thing about it was the local storage. I really like that. I don't know how long a 256 gig SD card would last with, doing, if you do 24-hour footage or if you do motion in this, but I'm sure it lasts quite a while, or at least a week. They gave you a channel strike. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about this channel strike. Oh, Lord. So one day I was live streaming, and this was, what day was this? September 13th. It's a warning. It's not really a strike, but so I was live streaming, and this was when well, you would know, they switched the dashboard somehow. So you had to press go live. Typically I use XSplit, so I just press go live and it works. Before I was streaming, I didn't know I was live. I showed my stream key. Somebody grabbed that stream key and started playing porn on my channel. At that point, I didn't even know, but I had a viewer email me, stop your live stream now, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? I just live stream. And that's what was happening on the channel. And so I got a strike. I deleted the content, instantly. I didn't think anything was happening. And then, YouTube emailed me. So I'm trying to be on my best behavior. Press the like on the stream. Yeah, we got 10 likes. Yeah, so that was something. I was very shocked when I got that, because if I lost my, not even the channel monetization, but it would be, I forget what the next step is. You can't post for a week or something like that. People are terrible, but you got to realize people are trolls too on the internet. And it doesn't matter what you do on the internet. If you show your face and do videos or do live streams, you kind of have to have thick skin, because one, people are going to be all over you. They're going to tell you your flaws. They're going to make stuff up about how you look. They're going to say, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. So, I don't really mind the trolling thing. I'm accustomed to it now. And it was really my fault showing the stream key. Yeah, it was a little different. I was super shocked. So the guy who, I forget his name, the guy who messaged me and told me about it, but he emailed me, and I thought he was trolling me because I didn't see, if we go under content, you could see like all your videos that you posted. And I didn't see anything about it. I just saw like a normal stream, and I didn't know what was going on in the background. But yeah, it was kind of funny, and I just can't, every time now that I'm done my stream, I reset my stream key, I lock everything down, and I never show my my dashboard on stream anymore. I'll pull the chat out, I just won't show the dashboard. But yeah, if you want to go on the internet ever, you just gotta make sure and know that people are gonna rip you apart. What's going on, John? How is your arm doing? Pretty sure you broke it. Oh, and another thing I'll clear up. I posted this in the community. I decided to take it down because people, I think they were thinking that I was, people were ripping me apart about it. But With my beard, I don't shave my face like this. I have alopecia, so most of my beard hair is white. So right here, it probably looks like my mustache is like half shaved in, but it's really not. It's just white hair. About 2 years ago, I started getting patches in my facial hair, and it was like full bald. It would be, like a very, very light. It would be a full bald patch. There wouldn't even be a hair in the middle. And then all of a sudden it started growing in white. I had a couple patches on my hair as well, which I don't now. You guys, don't see me that often with my hat off. But in the back of my head, I used to have this, about I don't even know how big to say, a couple dollars, like the little coin dollars sizes of bald patches, and it was alopecia. And it could have been because of stress or anything like that. So in case you're wondering, and I had people message me, they would send me DMs asking, do you shave your face like that, or is it like a medical condition? Which was, it was just them asking. They're curious. People are curious. And that's what it is. So if you guys were ever wondering, that's why. Yeah, not getting bad. There are 4 weeks of this cast left. Oof. I don't know if I could deal with it. I've dislocated my thumb before, but I've never broken a bone in my body. Knock on wood, which I don't even think this is real wood, but yeah, I don't know what else I really got to talk about today. This right here, let's see, I need to make sure we turn the sound off. The rack was a little dirty, but or a little messy. The AR and the Unifi stuff is really cool. They do that for, well, pretty much any of their Gen 2 switches. And somebody was saying they should start doing it for their Gen 1, and I agree. I guess they would, like this mess right here. There's a ton of cable I had to clean up, but they just need to throw a QR code that you could paste out. Wait till you get my age. Well, I was hoping, I had a nice beard growing before, and then all of a sudden it just stopped growing, and I'm very mad at myself about that, or I was at the time. Right now I could care less. It is what it is. You can't really do anything about it, right? In this video here, if you guys didn't see it, this was the opening of the UDM. So you might have seen Tom Lawrence do it before, but this is the inside of your UDM. Really, they could have fit another hard drive bay in there if they wanted. And that would have been, pretty wicked. We could have had, a RAID 1 setup. You would have hard drive redundancy. I'm hoping that in the new version, if they ever come up with a new version, that they end up doing that. I'm a terrible person, but all I can think about is what, I don't know. Because I went so fast to delete the live stream, I didn't even look at it. Because it will, like if you go under here, it really says the content unavailable. And YouTube would have deleted it, right? And I could have checked that out. I never looked at it. Yeah. I mean, this computer is for work and work only, for YouTube videos, for doing my consulting, things like that. I kind of wonder what the person played as well. And it may have been funny, right? But yeah, I was really shocked when I got that strike against me, or the warning. Luckily, you get 3 strikes before you get in really big trouble. I wish they would have moved the HDD bay over, included PoE. So that would have been nice. The problem with that, they would have had to up the price. Like, what is the price of one of their switches? And like a full 8 port PoE. Do they have? Yeah, they have the 150 watt, right? So you'd be looking at, is this Canada? Well, let's go to the States. Our prices are usually quite a bit more. Whoops. Actually, where is it? Right here. So you'd be looking at another $199. I mean, it would probably be less than this because you wouldn't have, the full metal casing for another 8 PoE. I would pay for it. I would love for that to be in there. I'm getting a dedicated IP tomorrow. I was wondering if there is a benefit of connecting the ONT cable directly to the UMP or UDMP. you know, there may be, it depends. So you're getting a public, you'd have less latency if it's just the fiber going directly in, but you probably wouldn't notice much of a benefit to it, to be honest with you. We are getting 2 gigabit in our area soon. What's an inexpensive switch to take advantage of? I only have 2 PCs that could take advantage of and a couple phones. That's a good question, because I was looking for a 2.5 gig switch. At this time, Unifi I don't think has one out. And even if we look at the aggregation, I think you only could do 1 in 10. Yeah, that's it. I don't think any of these profile overrides. Yeah, they only do, you know, 1 gig and then lower. So the QNAP, and I think Willie Howe had a video on the QNAP multi-gig switch. QNAP multi-gig switch. FS. And I was looking at getting one of these, but I don't know if I will. I'm not sure if this one is it, but I thought they had one that you could do 2.5 and 5 gig. That would be a good alternative. I've never used QNAP switches, so I have no idea what they're capable of or if they're, you know, even decent. Do you know if the Lorex supports OnVIF? I haven't tested it, and I meant to put that in my video, and I forgot. So I'm going to test it later this afternoon. I'm going to get my Synology NAS hooked up, and then I'm going to try to get this doorbell camera connecting to it. Because on the back of these cameras, they have a micro USB, and that could power up the camera. So it's great. I could just do the testing here. Like 300. Sorry, what did he say before? Where were we? Okay. Hopefully the warning goes away soon. Is there any major difference between the revision boards for the UDM? I don't think so. Not that I know of. Can the Lorex save to an NVR? That's a good question, and I will give everybody an update once I know. I'll probably post something in... I don't know if a lot of you guys check this. Some people do, some people don't. This intro video I need to really change. But I do post things on this community box if you guys aren't in my Discord or, you know, follow me on Instagram. So maybe I'll post it there. I would assume if you had... I would think that it would go to an NVR. You know, you could send the RTSP stream to it or something like that. You would pay for it too. Yeah, I mean, if we got an upgraded UDM, obviously I would pay for it. I'd buy it right away the day it came out, and it would be great. They need to update the backplane though. The 1 gigabit backplane. They need, if they have 8 ports, they need to make that a 16 gig backplane. Oh, and Marcus just said that right there. Unifi 6 XG PoE. Let's take a look at that. Unifi, is that... I'm going to log out because I don't want to show early access stuff. 6X. That's a 16XG. Oh, right here. And that supports multi-gig? Oh, it does too. So then I would recommend this switch. I haven't used it, but I mean, it's Unifi. It is a Gen 1 switch. Oh, that's awesome. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 RJ45, 10 gig, and then you have the 2 SFPs. I think the model is the Q. Let me check that out, because if it's not a bad price, I might order it. I have some credit on my Amazon, my US Amazon. Oh, that's not bad. It's a nice little switch. 5-port. Now, here's the true test. What's the price? That's not bad. 287 bucks. What is the Unifi one? $599. Well, this could do 10 gig though. 5 and 10 gig, mind you. So if you're only looking at 2.5 gig, I would go with that QNAP. If you want the ability to go 5 or 10, I would go with the 6XG. Yeah, Marcus, you're right. Yep. I didn't even know these XGs did the multi-gig. How does one join the Discord? Well, one needs to have a Discord account, and then you need to just, I'll put the link in chat. So every video I do, I put this whole spiel in here, right? So here's the Discord right here, which I'll pop in chat, right? That's the Discord. And then I don't answer all the time, like to people, because I get fairly busy, but there's other people within our community that could help you with issues. Yeah. And then here's all my, that's all my social media. And if you guys ever do buy things on Amazon, I do have, I have some storefronts, but I think I need to update them. I don't think a lot of the gear that I use or have is in here. Let's just see. Grandstream, which I don't even have my Grandstream running right now. We got some PF Sense gear, which I need to update because I don't even use this particularly, but this would be kind of equivalent to the SG1100. I hope I have these monoprice ones in here. Let's see. These are the patch cables that I get asked about probably daily. And they're awesome. They're those little thin patch cables. Do you think you'll do a live stream through Discord more than YouTube? I've never done, I didn't even know really you could do live streaming through Discord. Well, okay, so here's the thing. If you guys want to support the channel, right, and you guys want to buy something from the Amazon link, you don't need to buy anything from my storefront, right? So once you click on this link, if you go and type in, I mean, cat toy or something like that into Amazon, right? And then you grab this cat toy and you purchase it, it still gives me that feedback money, or for any other content creator that you go through their Amazon link. It doesn't cost you guys anything to do that, or it doesn't cost you any extra. It's just you have to go through the link. How does the XG PoE, well, for one, it's PoE, right? So the aggregation switch doesn't have PoE on it, as it's like a fiber switch. Oh, this is layer 3 as well? What? I didn't even know that. And the XG PoE is layer 3. The aggregation switch is only layer 2. Let's see what else it's got. Layer 3 functionalities such as inter VLAN routing, static routes, and DHCP server. So you could make this your DHCP server to offload, you know, those resources from your UDM if you want. That's pretty good. If it wasn't an older model, like a Gen 1 model, I'd probably get it to review. But I think there's probably enough reviews out there right now. That switch I'm testing for the CTC or CCTV system seems to be working nice, but more testing before putting it in use. Yeah, I haven't really had time to look at that, but I'm going to look at it after. Not asking to show US stuff, but is there ever anything on Unifi Access Store? Well, I'll show you, right? No, I don't know if I could show you guys. So if you look, if we sign into, I mean, say I sign into my Ubiquiti account, right? We go to the Canadian store, maybe, right? EA is gone, but just give me a sec to sign into my phone. And this, I mean, this is common knowledge. It's not like I'm really telling you guys anything different, but let's give me a sec. All right, so I'm on my phone right now, right? This is, you guys, it's pretty blurry, but you guys, how the heck does that focus? At the bottom, it says early access. And that's the Canadian store. So it is coming. There is nothing in it currently. It's just a blank panel, but it is coming, which is awesome. I can't show anything on video that's going to be EA, but I still will probably pick up most of the gear that comes in it. Also, that QNAP switch is 108 USD B&H photo. See, I see people going to this site all the time, and I have no idea who B&H is. And do they deliver to Canada? Unifi. What was it? The XG6? Whoops. XG6. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, we weren't even talking about Unifi. We were talking about QNAP. What am I doing? Where the heck was the model again? Do I have it up here still? Right here. It doesn't more on the way. Okay, so 2 to 4 weeks. Wow, that's not bad. I just don't know if they would send to Canada or if we have B&H in Canada. Let's see, B and H Canada. Oops, I'm not typing. B and H Canada. Does, oh wait, B and H, oh, it offers free shipping to Canada. Delivered duties paid. So yeah, the only difference would be I'd have to pay duties when it crosses, which would be fine. Okay. Is that, yeah, okay, so maybe that's why I recognize it, Marcus. B&H is the biggest camera store in North America. I didn't even know that. Unified toolless mini rack with 24 looks. Yeah, I've already taken a look at it. I don't think I would get that, to be honest with you. I don't like things that are on the floor. As for my racks, the style of rack that I would get is in my Amazon store, I think. Now, where's the link to it? I like these style of racks. Where are they? Like this type, maybe, I mean, maybe not this rack, but I like that style of rack, the open-ended racks. It makes for service a lot easier. They do deliver to Canada. I just bought my, oh, nice. Okay, so I'm going to have to look into that. Because that, even the duty charge on that would still be probably cheaper. Well, I'm still going to have to pay duty anyway if I bought it off Amazon. You'll see it at the time of the purchase. Oh, that's really nice. So if we bought that switch on Amazon, we were looking at what? 200? Oops, that's not it. 200 and something bucks. I thought that's what it was. Yeah, 287 bucks. Is this the same one? How is that such a different price range? Like, that's crazy. So 287 plus 64 shipping. And then I would have to pay duty on top of that. That's insane. Unless these switches are like, you know, completely out of stock and people are just upping the price of them. I have no idea. Close these out. How long? So I've just been going over an hour. I'm probably going to start to wind it down. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I'll end up doing a stream Sunday morning at 11 a.m. EST. And I think we're supposed to get a pretty bad snowstorm here. Someone marking up. Yeah, and I could see that. Like, I'm really surprised I don't see, you know, the G3 Instant on Amazon or in Marketplace, right? Because those things are sold out every day you go and look at them. And I don't think we have them in our store yet. No. US store. Oh, they're available in the US right now, so go and get them if you can. Yeah, that price comparison was insane. That's nuts. For PoE switches, do we need mainly unified gear, or can we just get a random PoE switch and have it power a? You could get whatever you want, right? I find that sticking with the same vendor, especially with my switches, is a lot easier, and you can manage it through the Unifi dashboard. In saying that, if you want just like to power your access points with a cheaper switch, you could do that. But if it's an unmanaged switch, you're not going to be able to send out different VLANs, right? You could only stick to the one VLAN. Does the UDM Pro on the SOP, can you change the duplex? Yes, you can. So let me see. Right, so if we go to my UDMP, oh, thank the Lord, my WAN IP is not showing. Are you well, it doesn't matter which one. So say it's port 11. That's my LAN port. We just go to profile overrides. Right now it's set to auto negotiate. But if you only have a 1 gig link, say you're going to a Gen 1 switch, you pretty much need to hard code the speed because it won't work. The auto negotiate is a little broken in it. I wish we had the G3 Instant here. Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to release it soon, seeing as we've seen the G4 Dome come out, as well as the Unifi 6 LR. US is limited to 1 G3, and I think that's the same thing that goes with the long range, the Unifi 6 access points. Any chance of seeing the TP-Link EAP paired with UDM Pro? Are you talking about like doing a video with the UDM Pro and then throwing in a couple access points from TP-Link? Because yeah, I'll probably end up doing that for sure. And vice versa, like I'll throw in some Unifi access points into the TP-Link ecosystem. I was thinking about that LAN 2 and being an uplink. So here, there isn't a LAN 2, right? On the UDM, it's only a WAN 2. You only have the one uplink right here. That's it. So this port right here and this port, they're both your WAN ports. So that's WAN 1, and then we got WAN 2, and you can't switch that as of yet. Which kind of sucks, to be honest with you. I wish you had the ability to choose if it was a LAN or a WAN port. But we don't at this point, and maybe they'll switch that in future future firmware updates. We'll see. I wonder if they are selling that stuff, the G3 Instance, on like Kijiji or something like that. Oh wait, we don't have it in Canada yet. It's not going to be here. It won't be there. And I think they're also fixing this bug, which drives me nuts. I don't know if it drives anybody else nuts. Yeah, but that's a thing. That kills me. I don't want to do alerts. Well, I have one SFP as the WAN, and yeah, that's right. So you could use that, right? You could use this as your WAN uplink. I don't have it right now. How my fiber comes in, it's about 60 feet away from my UDM Pro. So I'd have to run a cable or a fiber cable from that demarc location to my network rack, which I don't think I'm going to do. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to be doing more, mixed type videos, right? So where it could show that you don't need to just stick with the Unifi ecosystem. You could have Unifi, you could have TP-Link, you could put Cisco in there. It's just all different configuration, right? And sometimes it doesn't play nicely with each other, especially if you're trying to do site-to-site VPNs. That's when things get a little messy. Another video that I'm doing before we leave, or will be doing, I had somebody message on the video the other day, is this series dead? Because I think it was one video of OpenSense. Let's see. OpenSense. Yeah, it was like getting started with OpenSense. It wasn't the best video. It was kind of showing how to set it up on my Protectly. But I'm going to do like a same as I did my pfSense and my Unifi, a small business setup with OpenSense. I think that would be really cool. So currently I'm just using the RJ45 WAN and then another port for my WAN to my switch. Another port from my WAN to my switch. So your UDM Pro, you don't have a port going to your switch. You're just using it from like your cable provider's modem. Because this port right here to your other switch, depending on what switch you have, if you have a SFP port, you could get a DAC cable to connect them, or you could buy an RJ45 SFP. Right, so RJ45, Unifi SFP. And that's how you could, and that, I can't speak. And that's how you could connect them. One thing you need to make sure, which I said this last time, this will do 1 gigabit at 100 meters, but sometimes they're only up to 30 meters. Do you have any info on removing Bell's Home Hub 3000 and plugging the fiber? I don't. Currently I don't. I mean, I have the Bell Home Hub 2000, I think it is. Bell Home Hub. And it's been something that I've been meaning that, I mean, the differences between the 3000 and the 2000 probably aren't much. Actually, I don't know if I have that one, to be honest with you. I think you need to get like a PPPoE password username from them as well as a VLAN for it to work. And I might do that if I run a fiber line to my UDM. Because right now it goes fiber and then it converts, goes through a media converter into copper. No, sorry, the top left port is what's going to my switch. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so all these switch ports you want to try not to use though. I mean, if you're just using one going to your other switch, it may be all right because this is the 1 gigabit backplane, right? I wouldn't mind it too much if bridge mode, currently it's just annoying having the second NAT. Yeah, the double NAT could be, I mean, if you're a gamer, double NAT's going to be an issue because you'll always get like those notices saying that you have double NAT. There is ways around it. If you, I mean, bridge mode doesn't work, you could port forward. You'd have to port forward twice. It was a direct plug in Nokia GPON SP into my UDM Pro for, oh really? Yeah, I think we have to do a couple things different. I haven't called them yet though, so I'm not too sure. And we could see Bell Home Hub 2000 into UDM Pro. Oh, there's a Reddit forum on it. I'm not going to read this right now, but I mean, maybe I probably should work on that because as you guys could see, I'm having that same issue as well. I've double NAT. So this is what my WAN is provided from my ISP, 192.168.2/24. So I have the double NAT situation going on right now. Yeah, so this OpenSense, I think that's going to be fun. I need to get that loaded back onto my Protectly, which I have no clue what I did with it. Oh, it's way up there on a shelf. And then I'm going to start working on a UDM video for their newer update. Right now it's just in beta, but I'm going to start it because it is going to be a crazy long video and I'd rather do it over a few days rather than, you know, cramming it all together. Because once that version goes to general release, I want to get it out as quickly as possible. Kind of to be the first one to have it on there, but the list of changes is extremely long. So you guys should look out for that. I have no idea when they're going to release it. I keep just refreshing this page to see if it's in general release right now. It's currently sitting in beta. And if you guys ever want to know what's in beta and alpha, all you do is sign into your Ubiquiti account, go to releases, and that's where I am right now. And then you could check out all the new updates. Okay, let's see. Had a quick question on PoE injector. I see the new Unifi 6 LR needs 48 volt PoE. I can't find one of these on the, I thought they did have one. Let me just see. I thought they had it in the States. I could be wrong though. Whoops, that's not what I want. What is that? Oh, that's the M. What was it again? 48 volt. 20, yeah, it only looks like here's a fifth, that's an edge point, 54 volt. That might be overkill and might brick your, might brick it. 802AF, is it 802AF? Let's see what the power is for it. Because you would think they would have to give you some sort of injector, right? I know the Unifi 6 Lite didn't come with that. Oh, right here. So 802AF PoE. They do have it. 802AF. It's right here. It's $8. But it's currently sold out. And that might be the case for quite a while. But, I mean, you don't need to go with Unifi PoE injectors. You could go with anybody. Right? So, I mean, they don't look nearly as nice, but they should do the job. Just make sure that it's 802.3AF. But theirs is a reasonably cheaper, right? Where is it? This was $8, and TP Links. Okay, so that was $8 US, and this one's $29 Canadian. Bit of a difference there. In the US, I use OpenReach, or in the UK, sorry, I use OpenReach modem. I've never heard of OpenReach. OpenReach. Oh, it's an ONT. Okay, gotcha. By British Telecom. When I worked in enterprises, I had to work with BT, and it was a nightmare sometimes working with those guys. But anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for today. If you guys want to talk more, I'm going to be on here on Sunday at 11 a.m. EST. And yeah, I'll probably release some more videos. Most likely not this weekend, but you guys will see one on Monday. And I will talk to you guys later on, or I'll see you next Friday at 1 p.m. Have a good weekend, everyone.